Hi everyone, I wanted to give a flooring update because the original plan was to paint this flight of steps after removing carpet from the 80s, and I haven't done it. I keep struggling with trying to figure out how am I going to paint them and remember that they're painted so I don't step in it, because I do have to sleep and I do have memory issues. This, by the way, is temporary. These are pads that do not have adhesive on them. It's just a very slight tackiness. I've been using them for about 4 days now. I have not fallen yet. I have tripped on them. They tend to shift very slightly every time I tread on them. They did come completely folded over in a box, but as you can see, they have flattened from usage pretty much. They easily pick up and move, but again, they have a very slight tackiness. So they do stay in place pretty well, and I do recommend them. Bought on Amazon. I'll try to get the name of the manufacturer. They do come in a couple different colors, different patterns. But anyway, back to the steps. So I wanted to do the riser gray to match the walls and the step black. And each of the blacks I found took a lot of time, a lot of effort, but I may have found a solution, and that is Olympic Rescue It Max. This is for decks, can also be used on concrete. It's supposed to be used outdoors. I am using it indoors. And how do I know? Because that's what I've been doing in my living room. Just yesterday, I tore all the carpet out that I could. This is the first floor. And there is only one coat of this Rescue It on. They recommend 2, but I kind of want the bleed through from the natural wood to come through just a little bit. This color shade is called Mystic Black. It is not black. It's a charcoal gray with a very slight tinge of green. I'd say a bluish, almost like a teal green shade. Maybe a mallard green would be closest to it. Very, very slight. I did not do any sanding, no refinishing. I did very, very slight hole filling. There are patches to give you an idea how quickly this dries. The section where the rug is was done yesterday. This section was done 2 hours ago. And it is completely dry, completely. And it's maybe 74 degrees inside here. Again, I have not sanded it. I want some of the natural wood to come through. It is a 150 odd year old floor. Has quite a bit of damage and gouging, lots of holes. I was able to get out most of the carpet staples, the standard ones. However, there's these fragile hairpin carpet staples. I cannot seem to figure out how to get anything under them to wedge them up to remove them. So they are studded about prominently in this area. And you can see going around this tile. You need to figure out how to get them out. Maybe an awl I will try. I was also debating about this tile, whether to keep it. That's from the previous owners. It is jarring, and not just because of the height elevation, just it's cheap, it doesn't look good, it's broken, it's an odd shape, it's very dirty. It doesn't fit the aesthetic I'm going for, which is very classic yet very modern at the same time. And of course, if that goes, this piece over here has to go. and that's tile work with a piece of green shag in the middle of it. They are both on particle board, so I would have to figure out how to get that out without damaging the floor further underneath. I have to say that these floorboards are directly on the joists. There is nothing underneath them except the basement. Another struggle is figuring out how to get this up. 2 layers of tile on particle board. This section over here is worrisome because it is very soft. I shouldn't say very soft. It's a little soft right in this area. And then of course, ripping out the vinyl and underlayment. It's a lot of work. Small section here yet to do. This will give you a slight idea of the type of floor I've been dealing with. Almost there. I think the charcoal gray looks really good. Will it show the dirt? Of course. Is it going to show scratches? Probably. I will just have to be careful. And I do think I'm going to try this deck paint on the steps and then start working on the upstairs if this goes well. The next step though is to try and get those staples out that are left.